Hey, it's Lindsey Johnson, and today I've got my most special helpers because we have some bright ideas on how you can prep for hurricane season. Hey, it's Lindsey Johnson here with one of my helpers. We lost the other one to cartoons, but we're super excited today to go through our hurricane prep list. I've lived in Florida most of my life. I've been through quite a few hurricanes, and if you're new to the area or you've yet to experience a hurricane, here are some things you should definitely have on hand. One of the first things you want to make sure you have is batteries. All shapes, all sizes. If you have rechargeable batteries, make sure that you have them fully charged before the storm hits. Power outages are super common during a hurricane, so you want to make sure you've got everything ready. And the next thing you really want to make sure to have on hand are flashlights. And my daughter Casey's going to tell you why we love these.
We like these so much because they have 1, 2, 3 settings. And then also because they can hang and they're really cheap from Amazon, so get these.
So when the power goes out and you need the lights, these are great to have. And when the power goes out, your outlets aren't going to work. So for your cell phones, make sure you have portable chargers. They make this kind, which you can pre-charge and holds 1 or 2 charges, or they have these really neat solar ones you can get. You can still charge it in the wall, but if power's out for a long time, the sun can help recharge it.
But what if it's raining?
You wait till it's sunny. Next on your prep list, you want to make sure that you have lots of drinking water and dry food, things that don't necessarily need to be cooked in a microwave or an electric stove or require refrigeration. And this is my absolute pro tip as a local Floridian. Wash out any milk or juice jugs and fill them with water. Then freeze it before the storm hits. 2 things that are going to happen. If you lose power, you're going to have block ice in your fridge and freezer to keep things cold. And if things get really dicey, when the ice melts, you'll have drinking water. That tip is straight from my mama. It's gold. And speaking of food, if you've got any pets, make sure you stock up on their food as well. In the event that you get stuck at home for a few days or have to evacuate, you want to make sure that your furry friends have lots to eat. Hurricane season tends to happen during the warmer months of the year, so a battery-powered fan can be your best friend. And this one doubles as a light. And safety first. Make sure you gather up all your important documents, the deed to your house, your home insurance policy, social security cards,
and your birth certificate.
Put them in a folder so that if you have to evacuate, you can grab it and go quickly. And speaking of safety, you always want to make sure that you've got a good first aid kit. This one came from Amazon and you can see it's got an array of important things. Bandages, sewing kit, even glow sticks if you lose power. If you're without power, make sure you've got things on hands for you to do, particularly if you have children. One pro tip is if you have one of those portable DVD players or perhaps a laptop with a disk drive, you can play DVDs through it, just make sure it's charged. Or bust out the board games.
Like Uno Flip, one of my favorite games. Speaking of games, I'm going to go play some games with my sister. Bye!
And some additional housekeeping items. Make sure you've got a camp stove or a grill on hand for cooking. And you also want to make sure you have a to-go bag packed. That's essentially a duffel bag or 2 for the entire family with a couple of changes of clothes, toiletries, important medications, so that in the event of an emergency, you can grab it and just go. And if you've got a little extra cash burning a hole in your pocket, a generator is a fantastic thing. Some of them can run your entire house for several days. They can be expensive, but it's definitely something worth looking into because air conditioning and lights is worth quite a bit in August. Another pro tip is to fill one of your bathtubs with water, particularly if you feel like there's going to be a big storm surge in your area. Now, in Gainesville, that's a little bit more rare, but you may be asking, why do you fill up your bathtub? Well, for one, you can take buckets, fill it with water, and use that to flush toilets if the water in your area stops working. And speaking of water, as soon as the news announces that there's a hurricane coming, you will see every shelf in the grocery stores cleared of all their drinking water, and people always panic. A couple of notes. Remember, before the storm hits, your tap water is drinkable. So there's nothing stopping you from filling up containers for drinking water. So if the storm is not a bad storm, it might be a non-issue. So if you can't find a case of water somewhere, just come to your house and start filling containers. And for those of you that typically live on 4 Diet Cokes a day and during hurricane season decide that you need 18 gallons of water, do me a favor. When the storm's over and you haven't had any of it, don't return it, because guess what? They have to throw it away because there's no way of them knowing if it's been tampered with. So if you buy the water, either keep it and drink it or give it to somebody else who might need it. And one thing you can start doing even before hurricane season or an impending storm hits is to trim your trees. When the wind picks up during these storms, tree branches can cause a lot of issues. So if you can trim your trees ahead of time, that's another really good thing to prepare for. So there you have it, a list from us to you of some of the essentials to have on hand during hurricane season. You can head to the American Red Cross as well to get a more comprehensive list. I'm Lindsey Johnson with my junior entrepreneur,
Mom's little helper, Casey Johnson.
your resource for all things real estate. See you next time.
Bye.